Hi, everyone. Welcome to Everyday Real English from Real Life podcast.
Welcome to Real English Podcast.
We are so incredibly happy that you're joining us today.
I'm Annie.
And I'm Brendy.
Before we really jump into today's topic, please take just a quick moment to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with your friends who are learning English.
Yeah, it's a really simple thing to do, but it gently helps our community grow, and it helps other English learners find us.
It might feel fast, but that's just how Americans talk. You'll hear it again later, so no pressure.
That's right. Our goal here is to help you learn naturally. So just take a deep breath, relax, and get comfortable.
Exactly. Just listen at your own pace. Enjoy the conversation today as you improve your English. You are doing a wonderful job just by showing up.
Absolutely. So what are we diving into today?
Well, today we are doing a deep dive into a very special topic. It's something almost everyone struggles with. Yes, even native speakers struggle with this every single day.
Oh, for sure.
We're going to learn how to stop being so hard on yourself.
It is such an important skill. I mean, have you ever noticed that most people are so much kinder to their friends than they are to themselves?
Oh, definitely. It's actually pretty crazy when you think about it.
Right. Today, we will explore why that happens. And we'll also learn some really beautiful English expressions to help you speak to yourself with much more kindness.
So let's unpack this idea of the inner voice. Your inner voice is the way you talk to yourself inside your head.
Yeah, it's that quiet voice you hear when you are thinking or planning something or reacting to a mistake.
And for a lot of people, that voice can be incredibly negative.
It can be quite mean, especially when you are trying something difficult, like learning a new language.
Right. Imagine you are practicing your English and you say the completely wrong word to a cashier at a coffee shop.
Oh, I've been there. What does your inner voice say in that moment? It might immediately shout, "I always fail." Or,
Yeah.
"I am not smart enough."
Or it says, "My English is terrible." We call this negative self-talk.
And it feels awful.
I know that feeling all too well. I remember trying to order food in a different language once, and I just completely messed up the words.
Yeah, it happens to everybody.
But my inner voice told me I was foolish and that I should just stop trying. But here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Imagine your best friend made that exact same mistake in the coffee shop. Your best friend says the wrong word to the cashier. What would you say to your friend?
Think about that for a second. You would never look at your best friend and say, "You are not smart enough."
Never. You would never say, "Your language skills are terrible."
Exactly. You would probably put a hand on their shoulder and say something warm. You'd tell them, "Hey, don't worry. You are doing great."
Everyone makes mistakes. Your English is actually really good.
So true.
I never really thought about it that way before. I would never call my friends stupid, so why do I say it to myself?
Right. Why do we speak to our friends with so much love, but we speak to ourselves with so much anger?
Which brings us to a very common, very important English expression. The expression is to be hard on yourself.
Let me explain what that means in simple, natural English. To be hard on yourself means judging yourself too harshly.
It means you are being too strict with yourself.
Yeah, you expect yourself to be perfect all the time, and you get very angry when you are not perfect.
So if you make a mistake speaking English, don't be hard on yourself. Making mistakes is a completely normal part of learning any new language.
It is actually how our brains learn to grow.
Let's practice this useful English expression together. I want you to focus on the words. I am going to say it slowly. Repeat after me. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Take a quick second to say that out loud right now.
Let's do it one more time. Speak slowly and clearly. Repeat after me. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Great job.
Yeah.
Remember that phrase the next time you feel upset about a small mistake.
But wait a second, I have a question about this. If I am not hard on myself, won't I just become lazy?
That is such a common worry.
Right. I feel like if I never get angry at my mistakes, I might never study. A lot of ambitious people believe they need to be stressed out to succeed.
That is a very common belief, yes, but it is actually a myth. People think being mean to themselves is the only way to stay motivated and get things done.
But it's not.
No. What is fascinating here is that modern psychology proves this is completely false. Being mean to yourself actually stops you from learning.
Okay, let's break that down for the listener. How does being mean to yourself stop you from learning?
Let me share a simple, relatable story to explain why. Imagine a teenage son. He studies very hard, but he comes home from school with a bad grade on his math test.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
He is holding his test paper, his head is down, and he feels very, very sad.
Now let's imagine two completely different reactions from his father. In the first reaction, we have a harsh father.
The father looks at the bad grade, his face gets red, and he yells, "You are a failure. You never study enough. You are lazy."
Oh, man. How does the son feel in that moment? He feels terrible. His heart hurts. He loses all of his confidence.
And because he is so afraid of making another mistake and making his father angry again, he eventually just gives up on math completely.
He stops trying because trying feels too dangerous.
Exactly. Now, let's look at the second reaction. This is a kind father.
The son shows him the bad grade. The kind father takes a deep breath and says, "I know you are sad. This is hard, but I love you, and everyone makes mistakes."
Let's sit down. How can I help you study next time?
Let's think about that. Which son will do better in the future? Which son will try harder on the next math test?
It is definitely the second son.
That makes perfect sense. The second son feels safe to try again.
Exactly right. And the reason is simple biology. When we feel scared or judged, our brains enter an automatic panic mode.
When you yell at yourself, your brain thinks you are in real physical danger, so it basically freezes.
It literally shuts down the learning centers in your brain.
Hmm.
But when we feel safe, supported, and calm, our brains work much better.
We can think clearly, remember new English words, and have more energy.
So the lesson here is that we must be the kind father to ourselves. If you want to succeed in learning English or in your career, you cannot yell at yourself.
You need to encourage yourself so your brain feels safe enough to learn.
Now that we understand why it's so important to be kind, let's learn some beautiful English expressions for self-kindness.
These are common phrases that native speakers use to encourage themselves and their friends.
I hear this first expression quite a bit, and I just love it. The phrase is, give yourself grace.
What does the word grace actually mean in this context?
It is a beautiful, natural English expression. The word grace here means gentle forgiveness.
Gentle forgiveness, that's nice.
Yes. So to give yourself grace means allowing yourself to make mistakes simply because you are human.
It means choosing to be patient and gentle with yourself when things go wrong, instead of being angry.
So if I have a long, difficult day and I do not finish all the work I wanted to do, I shouldn't call myself lazy.
Right, you can just say, I need to give myself some grace today. I did my best.
That is the perfect way to use it. Let's practice saying this beautiful phrase. I will speak very slowly. Repeat after me. I need to give myself some grace.
Try saying it softly to yourself right now.
Let's try it again. Allow yourself to relax. Repeat after me. I need to give myself some grace.
Wonderful. The second expression we want to teach you is another great rule for life. Progress, not perfection.
Oh, that is very catchy. Let's look at the words. Perfection means having zero mistakes. It means being 100% flawless.
But nobody is perfect. Perfection is actually an impossible goal.
And progress means taking small steps forward. It means improving just a little bit every day.
So the phrase progress, not perfection, means you should focus on moving forward, not on being completely perfect.
Notice how both words start with a P sound. Progress, perfection. That makes it very easy to remember.
If we connect this to your journey of learning the English language, you don't need to speak perfectly today.
You do not need to have perfect grammar or a perfect native accent. You just need to practice a little bit. That is progress.
Let's practice this excellent phrase together. Repeat after me. Progress, not perfection.
Take a moment to say it out loud.
One more time. Repeat after me. Progress, not perfection.
Excellent. You are doing great. Now we are going to do a realistic English role play.
We want you to hear exactly how Americans use these phrases in a real, everyday conversation.
This is a great way to train your ear. Here is the setup for the scene.
I made a mistake in front of my boss during a big presentation. Listen carefully to the words we use and pay attention to the tone of our voices.
Here we go.
Oh man, I really messed up my presentation today. I'm so embarrassed.
Don't be so hard on yourself. It was just one mistake.
I know, but I forgot the most important numbers. Everyone was looking at me. I feel like such a failure.
Hey, everyone makes mistakes. Even the boss makes mistakes. You just need to give yourself some grace.
You're right. I just wanted it to be perfect.
Remember our rule. Progress, not perfection. You are a great worker. Tomorrow's a new day.
Thanks. I really needed to hear that.
And that is the end of our role play.
Wow, that felt incredibly real. Let's break down exactly what you did there to help me calm down, because your tone of voice changed completely.
Yes, as the supportive friend, my job was to help calm your inner voice. First, my voice became softer and slower.
When someone is stressed, speaking calmly helps their brain exit that panic mode we talked about earlier.
That makes a lot of sense. During the role play, you expressed a lot of frustration. You used negative self-talk.
I did. I said, I really messed up and I feel like a failure. My inner voice was being very loud and very mean.
And I used the target vocabulary we just practiced to fight that negative voice. I told you, don't be so hard on yourself.
You reminded me that everyone makes mistakes.
And I told you, you just need to give yourself some grace.
Hearing these short, practical sentences in a natural conversation really helps lock them into your memory. You can use these exact sentences if your friend or family member is having a bad day.
Now we want to share some practical tools with you. It is easy for us to sit here and say, be kind to yourself, but how do you actually do it when you feel stressed?
Here are 3 simple habits for a calmer mind.
Tip number 1 is a funny trick to stop negative thoughts. Psychologists call this cognitive diffusion.
But we will just call it the singing trick.
Let's explain that big psychological word simply. Diffusion means separating yourself from your thoughts.
You learn that a thought is just a sentence floating in your head. It is not a fact.
And the singing trick is a very simple, silly way to do this. Sometimes a negative thought gets stuck in your head.
For example, your brain keeps saying, I am terrible at this. I am terrible at this.
When that happens, try singing those exact words out loud in this silly voice.
You can sing it to the tune of a happy song, like Happy Birthday. Just sing, I am terrible at this, with a big smile on your face.
That sounds completely ridiculous, right?
Yes, it sounds so funny, and that is the whole point. When you sing the negative thought, it breaks the tension. It makes you laugh.
It helps you remember that your thoughts are just words. They aren't reality. They do not control you.
I love that trick. I am definitely going to use that. Tip number 2 is to say thank you to your brain.
This sounds a little strange at first, but it is very powerful.
You see, your brain creates stress and anxiety because it is trying to protect you. It thinks that failing a test or making a mistake at work is a real physical danger.
Your brain is acting like an overprotective alarm clock. It is ringing loudly to keep you safe.
So I just talk to my brain like it is a worried friend.
Exactly. When you feel that stress and your inner voice is being harsh, take a deep breath. Put your hand on your heart and simply say, thank you, brain, for trying to keep me safe, but I'm okay.
That is amazing. By acknowledging that your brain is just trying to help, you can instantly calm down.
You are basically telling your brain, message received, we are safe now. You can turn the alarm off.
Finally, tip number 3 is a daily habit. This is a simple exercise you can do every single night before bed to build your confidence over time.
We have to do this because the human brain naturally focuses on the negative. We remember our mistakes much more easily than our successes.
So every night when you lie down to sleep, ask yourself this simple question. What did I do well today?
Your brain will probably try to think of massive achievements.
Yeah.
It will say, I didn't do anything well. I didn't get a promotion today.
But remember, even small things count. Did you drink a glass of water today? That is a win.
Did you smile at a stranger? That is a win.
Did you listen to an English deep dive today to practice your skills? That is a huge win.
Recognizing these small wins every day slowly trains your brain to look for the positive. It rewires your thinking and builds true, lasting confidence.
So let's bring it all together. What did we learn today? We learned that learning English, building a career, and living life are long, beautiful journeys.
We learned that beating yourself up and causing yourself stress does not make you more successful.
In fact, it triggers panic in your brain and holds you back.
We want to encourage you to use your new English phrases this week. Practice saying, give yourself grace.
Remind yourself to focus on progress, not perfection.
And most importantly, speak to yourself the exact same way you would speak to your best friend.
You are doing better than you think. Every time you show up to practice your English, you are making progress.
We are very proud of you for taking this time for yourself today.
Please remind yourself of that. Be proud of your effort.
Before we go, think about this. If your inner voice was broadcast on a loudspeaker for the whole world to hear, would you be proud of what it is saying?
Would people think you are a kind person? If the answer is no, maybe it is time to change the station and start being kinder to yourself.
That is a wonderful thought to end on. And before we say goodbye, we have a small favor to ask. If you enjoyed our conversation today, Please remember to like, subscribe, and share with the Real English Podcast.
Send this to a friend or family member who might need to hear these supportive words today.
It has been so great spending time with you.
And if you want to review today's lesson, I uploaded a free PDF summary in the description and in the comments. Feel free to download it and study at your own pace.